We are live, and this is the Fixed Protocol channel where I'm going to teach you guys my $1 million strategy and how you guys can make $1 million trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrency while you sleep, while you wash the dishes. Okay, first of all, I'm not here to teach you any $1 million technique. Anyone, actually, I'll save you $1 million. How about that? Same effect, right? If I save you $1 million, same thing as me making you $1 million. I'm gonna save you $1 million right now, if you got that much to waste. So I'll save it to you. Save that money for you by letting you know a secret. Anybody online that is trying to sell you something, talking about they're gonna teach you how to make $1 million. Listen, if they really knew how to make $1 million, if they had some master strategy, they would not be online peddling it to you. They would be utilizing it to make a ton of money. Now, if you want to believe their idea of, hey, I'm just trying to help people out, I've been successful, I want to share the wealth. Okay. That's somebody who is sort of altruistic, whatever you want to call it. And if that is your nature, that is your nature. That is who you are. And you would have always been that way. So my question to you, to them, would be, what were they doing before they figured out this master strategy, right? If they were really all about helping people, they would have a track record of doing so. Case in point, I have been doing videos before YouTube offered money, before there was partnerships. That was something I generally did to try to help people out. Way back I was doing that. I was doing videos before there was even a YouTube, right? So that's to tell you my passion for videos, my passion for helping people. Someone who actually likes to help people has a track record for doing it long before money came into the picture, right? So these guys selling you on their technique, I'm going to show you my patterns, and I got these patterns, and you could be living on the beach and making all this money. Nonsense. If they really had a strategy, they would not be selling it to you. They'd be using it to pocket the money for themselves. And if they're so nice, they'd have been nice before they figured out the strategy. So that is my $1 million technique. Now, that being said, let me tell you about my strategy, and then we're going to get into some Bitcoin trading here live. So before we get into that, let me tell you track record. So let's take a peek at the portfolio. So just one second. We're specifically looking at Bitcoin right now. Let's pull up the portfolio in general. So, the portfolio. Show me your portfolio. Okay, I guess I need to bring up the studio mode. One moment, studio mode. Okay. There we go. Moving it all around. Okay, so that should be good to go. All right, so here's the portfolio. So as you can see, and this is actually, for those of you guys that aren't aware, I'm doing a sort of a demonstration portfolio. It's a real portfolio, it's real money, but I'm doing it to demonstrate what an average person can actually do in terms of being able to invest your money in stocks and bonds and cryptocurrencies and things like that. Realistic stuff, right? Not this crazy, you're going to be rich and living on a beach. That's nonsense. I'm going to break it down real simple. What you can get from investing in the stock market is essentially you can, if you're really good, 8x the returns that you would normally get on your savings account. If you're really good, maybe you get 10x, right? So what I'm talking about is look at it as supercharging the interest on your savings account, right? No one looks at the interest on your savings account as like, oh, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to go fly this and that, right? I mean, unless you got millions and millions of dollars, same rule applies on the stock market. Unless you have millions and millions of dollars in your savings account, and even then, if you have millions and millions of dollars, the fact that you may be earning 10 grand a year, a month, or whatever it is, you know, it's not that exciting anymore if you got millions and millions of dollars, right? But unless you have that kind of money, you're not really looking at the interest on your savings account as like, whoa, this is a source of income, right? So same thing applies for the stock market, right? Cryptocurrencies, all this stuff. It's not a way to get rich. It's not a way for you to earn income. I mean, technically you are earning income, but I mean, it's not really stuff where, you know, I'm going to buy a car with this. I'm going to get my vacation. Now, if you have enough money in there, then yeah, but that's the point. The stock market can make you richer, right? If you're already rich, if you already have considerable wealth, then you can leverage that wealth to make it grow. But if you don't already have a lot of money, then all you're looking at is really, really amazing interest, right? You're talking about 3%, 4%, maybe 5, maybe 6, 8% interest. Wow, that's pretty good. 10%, superstar. That's all we're talking about. And 10% of $2,000, not a ton of money. You're not gonna go on vacation with that, right? So that's the way to think about it. Now, let's dive deeper into this project and what's been going on. So if you guys remember, I did a video in August. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. I did a video in August last year. I said, guys, Bitcoin, this is the time, right? People are out there saying, oh, Bitcoin is nonsense, blah, 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 blah. I made a video, if you guys remember, and I said, now is the time. My price target was 3,100, 32, something like that. Bitcoin skyrocketed to above 4,000 shortly after that, right? It had been sitting around. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. 6,000 was my initial target, and I was watching it, and I never jumped in. Didn't like what I was seeing. But when it hit about 32, 33, I liked what I was seeing. I called the bottom of Bitcoin. If you guys remember that, I did the videos, I did them live. Called the bottom of Bitcoin. If you guys had bought at that time, you'd have made $1,000 easily in short order. Then Bitcoin approached 4,000. I did a video talking about Bitcoin. Hey, Bitcoin once again. What's going on with Bitcoin? I'm looking at jumping in on Bitcoin. Shortly after that, it skyrocketed to 5,000. Tonight, and I did a video, so this is official, right? It's not me making claims and screenshots. Did these videos live. I posted up my predictions live, right? Now, tonight, Bitcoin was rising and rising and rising and rising. And I did a post and I said something to the effect of, I'm just waiting for it to dip back down, right? I'm expecting it to dip back down, and then I'm going to jump in and get the discounts. Literally within 5 minutes, Bitcoin started to crash big time. So that was within minutes. So that's been my track record. Now, if you look at the portfolio, this portfolio is not even that old, right? It's not even that old. If you look at it right now, it doesn't look all that impressive because of all those aggressive moves I've been making with Bitcoin. So you see it right now, it says negative. But that's on the day, right? Now, if we go back to the week, we can see I've earned $75 on 2,000 in a week, right? Go back a month, it's 82. And of all time, you can see it's $93. Earlier today was $135 at one point, right? Look at the graph. This is my portfolio, a few months old. No magic tricks, no secrets, no, oh, I got these patterns, you gotta follow these patterns. You pay me $9.99. I'm gonna show you the patterns. You know what I do? No gimmicks. Back to the basics. The fundamentals. Right? Buy low, sell high. And I'll add a third element, make it a trifecta. Buy low, sell high, no emotion. Hashtag savage. That's what I do. That's all I do. Right? I made a ton of money on Boeing. Why? While everyone's running away as usual. Boeing, oh, their plane's crashing. Oh my goodness, Boeing. First of all, I try to invest with things that I know and understand. I love aviation. I was in the Civil Air Patrol. I was in the United States Air Force. I know a thing or two about aviation. I know a thing or two about Boeing. Right? Raytheon. Right? Pratt and Whitney. General Electric, Rolls-Royce. Right? I know a little thing about aviation. That's number one. Know about aviation, know about Boeing. I knew that the reason why the price was going down was because, the plane crash and all this kind of stuff and people getting scared. Oh no, Boeing, I got to sell my shares. Jumped in, snagged that discount like a savage. And right now, my Boeing holdings, last I checked, were up something like 8% or something. Let me see. Let me put on the percentage. Percentage change. I don't know why this thing is not showing me the percentage. Today's return, total return. I don't know. This Robinhood is nice because it's free. You don't have to pay for commissions. But it's very minimalistic. Not really a lot of functionality. And stuff like this not really working properly. But regardless, made a ton on Boeing. I did the same thing with Facebook. And Facebook's a questionable buy. Definitely a questionable buy. In fact, if we look at, let's see, Facebook. And then Apple as well. Apple's another questionable buy, but I am making a lot on that as well. And of course, Bitcoin. I have less than 50% in cryptocurrencies, by the way. But anyway, so this has been my graph. This has been my path. As you can see, consistent growth. Right? Started off slow and steady. Wasn't really doing much here. And then I started bumping up. By the way, outperforming the Dow. Take a look at the Dow for the last week and compare it to this graph. Right? Look at a month. 3 months. Right? So that's all I've been doing. Buy low, sell high. That's it. Right? When the price is going down, I'm getting excited. I'm like, discounts. That's what I'm thinking. People are running for the hills. Oh no, it's crashing. Yeah. Crash, baby. Keep on going down. Would you run if you went to a store, right? Let's say you're into fashion and they got Armani suits selling for $1,000. And then it's like demand for Armani suits are going down. People are saying Armani suits might be going out of fashion. Right? Like you care. And you look at the rack and it says $1,000 and the lady comes, he takes it down. No, it's only $900. $800. Man, nobody wants these Armani suits. $700. Would you run from that store? Oh no, Armani is going down. No, you'd run right in there and get that Armani for $300. A week later, people realize, wait a minute, Armani suits are actually kind of nice. Jumps up to $1,300. Then you can sell it. It's that simple. Now, the other thing about it is, because of course some of you may realize, just as easily as I can do that, get a discount could actually end up being a tremendous loss, because what if that Armani suit price keeps going down? I buy it at $500. I buy a $1,200 suit for $500. Then it goes to $400, $300, $200. And this could take 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. So I'm holding this suit that's losing $100 value every month or so, right? That's not a really good proposition. But here's the beauty of it. Remember I said no emotion? Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. You see, right now, I got $2,000 that I've put in this tiny portfolio. Just a little portfolio for the benefit of you guys to see what you can actually do. Every month I'm investing a year's worth for an average person, right? Showing you what you can do. So this represents, we actually just completed year 1. So this is representative of what an average person could potentially, if you're managing your money right, you don't need a ton of income to do this. It's a matter of managing money. And if you're wasting money and you're not saving, you don't have any kind of budget, then you're not gonna be able to do this unless you have significant income. But with minimal income and budgeting and managing your money, to invest $2,000, just under $2,000 in a year, should not be something that's crazy, right? Now, the thing about it is, if I lose all of this money, it's not going to change really anything. Maybe disappointing, but I'm not going to not be able to pay my bills, or it's a whole big deal, or I'm going to be depressed, or, hey, what's up, PHZZ? Hey, made 2G on AMD, but bought at 9 in 2017 and never sold. Ouch. Yeah, that's the next thing, is greed is another thing. But yeah, never invest more than you're willing to lose. So therefore, what's the big deal? You know, for example, crypto. Everybody's scared of crypto. Crypto, it's horrible. Oh, you guys are... Okay, first of all, the problem with crypto is there's a lot of like scam and fake crypto out there, right? So don't mess with that stuff, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin. I believe there's others. I'm too busy to go looking around and seeing what else is out there. I know Bitcoin has been solid for a while. Ethereum has been solid for a while. Stick with Bitcoin. Stick with Ethereum. All right, so you get rid of a lot of that scamming and all that kind of stuff, right? So now what you're dealing with is high volatility, but you should embrace that. You should embrace the volatility. Do you realize that volatility is a key ingredient for many strategies? Without volatility, where's the opportunities to make money? Case in point, we're going to do some trading right now. So let's jump into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, again, I made a call earlier today, and I said Bitcoin could hit 5,500 overnight, but expect it to hover around 5,000. It's got a love affair going on with 5,000. You know, in spite of how high it was going, first of all, I said it was going to dip, and it dipped shortly after that. And I also said it's not going to go much further than like 5,000. Generally speaking, that's where it's going to hang out. All right. The next thing I said was, and this was at 5,200 or something, I said, I am going to pretty much sell high, right? So at 52, 53, I sold 90% of my holdings in Bitcoin, right? I unloaded most of my Bitcoin at 52, 53. Now, you got to remember, I bought at 4,800, right? Bought at 4,800, sold at 5,200, right? So I bought low, sold high. And then I said, I'm expecting it to dip down. And then when it hits around 51, 5,000, I'm going to jump back in, right? Jump back in and ride that bull. But I also said there's a potential for some carnage in terms of it going down and not really moving around, and it's risky because here's the thing, buying it anywhere like 5,000, that is not a good price to buy Bitcoin. You guys should have bought Bitcoin around 3,000 like I told you, right? You'd already made $2,000 per Bitcoin right now. You guys should have bought when I said to buy at around 4,100. You would have been 1,000 up. I am not recommending buying Bitcoin right now unless you have a very high risk tolerance. Bitcoin is hot right now. It is high right now. It is a little scary for most people. Now, once again, I say don't invest more than you're willing to lose. So for me, there's not really much to be afraid of, because if it doesn't go my way, well, I tried, right? So anyway, so right now, let me analyze what's happening right here and see what we're gonna do. So it's at 5,000. So right now, remember I said volatility is a key ingredient. So right now it's kind of stabilized. So it's not very attractive for me to do any kind of trading right now. For you guys, again, 4,000 would be the target. You want to get as close to 4,000 as possible before jumping in. You can certainly jump in now, because I'm trading right now. I mean, right now, where am I at? Where am I at? So I think I'm fully loaded right now. Not completely, but almost fully loaded. So I'm almost all in. So so right now I'll be looking for sell opportunities. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to pull up my order history. And actually, you know what I'll do? Let me show you guys some of the order history from today. See some of the stuff that I was doing. I'll show you guys some of my moves. Show you some of the moves. Show me the moves. Okay, so I usually use the phone. It's a little different on the computer, and not in a good way, to be honest. I can tell they focus mainly on the mobile, because this is a little weird. Normally when you click on a stock on the phone, there's a detail button that shows you like all my trades. I do not see that here. Show more is just news. I don't want news. Let's see, account. Banking history. So history is in a different place. So let's see what we got. Orders. Let's look at orders. All right, so here we go. So I'll pull it up in a second. So this is the order history for today. So as you can see, this is what I've been doing. We can even go back down a little further. So this is 21 hours ago. See, my steel limit orders went in. Lift. I went to lift to open it was 80 something or whatever. I put a limit for 63 because I was like, that thing's gonna bomb. And again, I called it. Anyway, so let's look at Bitcoin from 21 hours ago. Buy 97. Sell 100. Sell 200. There, I'm offloading right there. Sell 300. Then I started loading up again. Buy 300. Sell 600. Offloading again. Buy 600. Oh, look at I like this view because you can see the prices as well. So let's look at what was happening here. So bought at, let's see, sell 49.35, sell 49.35, buy 49.70. So I can't really, I don't have a lot of opportunities to really focus on trading. I'm super busy. So some of these moves may not make sense. Also, the time that it takes for me, it's so volatile that the time that, let's say I see it at a certain price and I put it in an order, the time for me to enter the order and for it to get executed, the price can move significantly. So if you try to attack too small of a gap, then you can run yourself into some negative action. But that stuff is minor. So buy 600, sell, so 49.70. So that was not a good move, but didn't really do much. It's interesting to actually see how these numbers, because now I'm actually getting to see the delays on my order executions, how it can potentially affect me. So I did a buy 800, and then I'm loading up again, 49.64, 49.50. So I'm actually making these moves too quickly in some situations. So now look at that. So now here's the first good move. So I sold at 49.52 and 5,000. I bought at 49.40 and then sold at 5,011. Then look at that one. Sold at 52.43. I sold at 52.43 when I bought earlier for 49.40. So significant profits there. Selling at 51.47. All these 5,000 sells are profitable because I was buying in the 4,000s. Then I bought pretty high at this point. I'm not sure what the thinking there. Probably moving aggressively at that time. So 52.41, 53, 52.36. So then 3 hours ago, I did a buy 100 at 49.63. And let me see what is it at right now. I think it's actually higher than that, right? So I could actually make some profit right now off of selling. So right now, and then I did a small buy. Oh, that was $1. I was just before I set up the live stream. So, so I did. Let's see, 400. Let's see, 246. So I bought about 600 at the 5,200 price point. I bought at 5,200. So that would mean for me to really do much selling, I needed to go above 5,300, which is probably not going to happen tonight. So we'll see. I'm gonna make an assessment. So at least right now I'm setting up my targets in terms of what my what I would like to achieve. So I see a lot of this. I won't say shares. A lot of buys above 51 and 5,200. So I really need 5,300 sells to make those buys make sense. So 5,300 sells. I don't think that's going to happen tonight, guys. But we can do some smaller moves just to get so you guys can see some of the strategy in action. The amazing $1 million strategy. Whoa, 21.38. What happened? $21.38. What is going on here? Did it just make a big jump? How did the account value get so high? I'm not sure where that is coming from. Why is it? Where's this $100 change? Oh, is that Boeing? Oh my goodness. Woo! I bought Boeing at 373, guys. I bought Boeing at 373. It's now at 392. Look what just happened. 380, 385, 390, peaked at 398. All right, so enough goofing around. Let's get to the action. Let's get to this Bitcoin. So we're 2,100. 2,100 right now. It's not bad. The amount of money that we invested is probably just south of 2,000. So we're probably up. I can check on the phone. I'll tell you how much the portfolio is up right now. How much is the portfolio up? And then we're just going to do a couple moves and then I'm going to call it a night. I actually had the crazy idea that I was actually going to build something today to to create alerts for me. Man, look at that. Whoo! Buying power doubled. The portfolio just jumped by $100 while I've been talking to you guys. The portfolio literally just jumped up $100 while I was doing this live stream. I apologize. What am I looking for? I'm tired. It's late in the day. I am looking for... Oh my goodness, this is old age. Old age. Oh, I wanted to see what the total returns are right now. So... I'll have to take a look at this later. I'm not sure. Not sure on this math because it's showing that we're up $86. So I'm not sure why it's showing 21.36. Anyway, regardless, let's see what's going on. Let's make an assessment here and make a decision about what we're going to do. So we are live. So it seems to be trending downwards. Yeah, we're not gonna get opportunities for buys right now because. So let's jump in. Let's buy something real quick. So let's do a buy. So we're gonna buy. Let's buy. Actually, we want to sell, not buy. If it's going down or whatnot. I don't know. I'm tired. This is a bad thing to be trading at bedtime. So I'm selling $200. I'm selling at $200. Oh. What the hell? I'm not even pressing the right side. I'm really. So I'd want to buy at a discount. So we're looking for the drop down. That's too close. So let's prepare to do a we're gonna do a buy. Same amount of shares. Let's see if we can get this to drop some more. All right, look at that, 49.66. All right, let's jump in. What is this thing doing? Why is it giving me these errors? Okay. All right, so let's buy 180. Let's buy 180. There we go. So I just sold high and bought low. So I sold and got at the 5,000 value, and then I bought it back at a lower price, and now look at it rising up again. So in theory, if I sold it right now, I would again make profit because it's already higher than what I paid for it. So I could sell right now. See, like I said, with volatility is a key ingredient because right now it's not really moving much. So earlier today I was having fun, man. It was going up and down. I was just, and you saw those trades I was doing. Now, there we go. Up to 5,000. I could have sold there and made some profit. But you got to be careful about making it too narrow because the price moves so quickly that, let's say it's at 5,000, which is profitable for me to sell at, but see, just jump down $4.99. It could jump to like 4,800 before the order gets executed. So you could buy something low, watch the price jump high, which is profitable for you, enter an order, and then lose money because by the time the order executes, the price actually was lower, right, instead of higher. So that's why you need to be careful about getting too anal on like, oh, it's going up. Let me sell. Oh, it dropped. Let me buy some more. Oh. So yeah, I gotta do. I gotta hope for, first of all, hopefully I gotta find a time when it's really volatile, so we have more opportunities to make some profits. Now it's rising up again, rising above 5,000. I gotta find a time where it's more volatile, so there's more opportunities to make money, and also when I'm not tired and getting ready for bed, so my mind is not foggy. Because yeah, you're dealing with numbers. I need to be focused on like what my targets are. Like right now, I don't even know where we're at. Like what did I do? Like, you know what I mean? Like I could think logically. Let me see. Well, I guess it's showing me that I just purchased. So I purchased at 49. So that means I could sell right now and make a profit, in theory. So we're rising up. So it's now worth more than I paid for it, right? So we need to try to sell it before it starts dipping again. So let's buy 100, or sell 100 rather. Submit a sell. And there you go. And that's no commissions, no cost associated with that. So that should have been a profitable move. So it sold 499. So see that? It's a little bit lower than what it was when I entered the order, but still higher than what I paid for it. So now it's rising again. Rising again. So not really much I could do with this. And remember, generally speaking, a majority of what I have right now, I think it actually on the phone it will tell you what the average price is. It doesn't show you here, but my average price is around 51, 52. So right now, selling right now. Well, selling most of my portfolio right now would be a negative thing because these numbers are lower than what I paid. Like most of my Bitcoin cost me more than what it's trading at right now. Now the moves I just made, those, in the moment, those were profitable in terms of what I did at that moment. What I did, like I leveraged $100 and $200 and I had a small return on that. But the majority of my holdings are above the price. So right now, this is a negative for me. So as far as going forward, my plans are, let's look at what happened today. So I rode that up, man. I made a lot of profits today riding that up. And then just when I said it was going to go down, there it went straight down. Yeah, this is the way I describe it. Bitcoin has a love affair with 5,000. And until it's able to get over it, we're going to be stuck here. So 45 and under are great numbers. 41 is a really good number. Anywhere near 3,000 is a definite buy. Upper 4,000s and into 5,000 is danger territory, because the more above 5,000 it goes, the more the tendency is to fall back down. So really, look, oh my goodness, look at that 5,300. Oh, you see, that's why you shouldn't trade before bedtime. I scrolled over the screen. thought I was looking at an old price. I was like, man, it jumped up to 5,300 because that's the price that I need to jump back in. So I was about to go and well, not get back in to sell. I was gonna go sell a bunch at $100 profit. But yeah, let's not do that because this is not live prices. So we got $924 in equity right now. That's interesting about Bitcoin. It moves so quickly that you look at your account balance and it's just second by second you actually see it moving. Right now, again, volatility is low. Like a lot of the movement is done for the day, so you don't see it as much. But even now, so it's 924.85, 924.44. That's the equity that I have in Bitcoin right now. 924.67. I don't know how often it checks, by the way. 924.87. Oh, and the average cost is actually right here. So my average cost is 5,100. So that's another thing. If you ever wonder what makes stocks sort of move up and down, many reasons, of course, but one of them is things like there's many people just like me, right, who have prerogatives, certain objectives that you're trying to achieve. So right now, someone with an account like mine, and you can't see this information, right? But that's why the prices move, seemingly erratically to you, because you don't know what people got going on. Now that you can see my account, you know what I got going on. I've got an average cost of 5,100, right? So knowing that, I'm not going to be doing much below 5,000. Now, if I had allocated $2,000 to Bitcoin, then I might buy at some of the lower prices like 4,800, 4,700 to get discounts, right? So I'm buying, so my average price is 5,100. I can move the average price to 49, 48, 47. You want to get the average price as low as possible because you want to buy low, sell high, right? So the lower my average price is, the more opportunities for me to get returns, because when the price moves up, right, the further away from the price that I bought at, that's the more profits. So if my average price is pretty high, I don't have a lot of room to grow, right? So if I had 50% of equity that's not in Bitcoin right now, but it's for Bitcoin, then I would be buying at 4,800, 4,700, and the lower it goes, the more I will be more aggressive. So if it jumps to 4,800, 4,900, maybe I put $100 more. 4,800, $200 more. 4,700, maybe I put $300 more. The lower it gets, the more I load up on it, right? Think of it like a springboard effect, right? I want that range of motion. I want it to be as low as possible so that I have range to grow in terms of the price popping up, right? So yeah, so there's not really much happening tonight. Again, it's kind of stable right now, so not much opportunity. Plus, I'm tired, so this is you can put this on my list of bad ideas to do live trading at bedtime after a long day at work. And I actually thought I was going to go build some alert thing that was going to let me know about price movements, because apparently Robinhood doesn't have that feature. They have a feature to let you know if any of your holdings make a major move, but you can't set it to say like, hey, if this goes beyond 2% or whatever, let me know. Like, I would love that. I'd love to set a price target on Bitcoin and have it alert me, but I don't think it does that. So I'm going to try to build something. I'm sure there's stuff I can download, but I'd rather build my own thing, you know? It's a learning experience, and knowledge is power. Anyway, guys, there you have it. So before we end the live stream, let's take a final look at the portfolio and see where we're standing. Final portfolio update for the night. We are 2138.94. So we are creeping up above 2000. And there's a live view of the portfolio. So you can see we had a good day until this evening when Bitcoin just went down. But I didn't ride a lot of this because I sold a lot up here. And I started buying some somewhere around in the bottom here, waiting for it to rise up. It kind of rose up a little bit, but it's dropping down. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. So let me look at, so this is the week. As usual, it could go either way, but I'm getting more and more skeptical the more time goes along. So my recommendation right now is hold. I mean, if your risk tolerance is pretty high, go nuts, do your thing. With Bitcoin, there's always that great potential for opportunity to make a lot of money real fast. But with great power comes great responsibility. So, and this is the thing, people talk negative about Bitcoin, saying that it's dangerous and shady, whatever. I already told you the shady stuff. That's a lot of those fake cryptocurrencies, but not really applying to Bitcoin. Then, as far as the volatility, listen, I mean, and this is a fundamental principle in life. In order for you to gain more, you have to risk more. That's the bottom line. In order for you to gain more, you have to risk more. Generally speaking, there's not a lot of returns to be had for little to no risk. You want no risk at all? Get a savings account, 0.5% interest. 0.05% interest, right? You want an extreme potential for returns? Bitcoin. $1,000 in a week. $1,000 overnight. Leveraging not even that much money. But as quickly as it can go up, it can go down as well. But if you are not willing to lose your money, then you shouldn't be investing. At least not in high risk things, right? It's kind of like you're afraid of heights, and then you're complaining about a job where you have to be climbing on top of skyscrapers. If you're afraid of heights, why are you working on top of a skyscraper? I mean, sure, yeah, it's high, it's cold, you could fall and die, but that's what being on top of a skyscraper is like, right? What is it like having a high potential return? Potential to make a lot of money real fast. What's that like? Very risky. Right? That's all there is to it. So because Bitcoin is one of the most amazing, most powerful, I can't think of any other thing to invest in right now that can give you more bang for your dollars right now. But again, with that comes the inverse potential. Think about having a $2,000 Bitcoin portfolio and overnight having it drop to $1,000 overnight. Those kind of losses are not something that you'd really see with stocks. It can happen, but that's very rare. With Bitcoin, it's a very real possibility that, like right now, it's hovering around 5,000. By the time I wake up in the morning, maybe it jumps to 3,000, 4,000, $50. Could happen. But that's the risk that you take for the amazing rewards that Bitcoin brings. Right? Forget all these guys trying to sell you stuff, trying to get views on YouTube and all the mumbo jumbo. Bitcoin is a highly volatile, highly risky thing that you can invest in. But the other side of that, the flip side of that, is it has by far the greatest potential. And if you want to look at it from a negative perspective of gambling and risking your money, hey, any kind of stock market stuff, you're risking your money and you're gambling to a degree. Which is why I don't get complicated. I don't get into all this technicals and researching companies' balance sheets. Look at my portfolio. I'm beating the Dow consistently. I've been doing that for 3 months. Right? There've been some very bad weeks, and I've been going up. And how am I doing that? Some kind of magic technique? No. No emotion. I basically try to invest in companies that I think are solid companies at discount prices. Real simple. When the market goes down, when stocks drop, I jump in, I buy them at a discount, and when they pop up, I sell them. Or I hold them if I think it's a solid company and the market's looking good. Real simple. Anyway, I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I am really pushing the limits of being ridiculous right now, doing this live stream. Tired and with nothing to really do because the market there's nothing going on right now, guys. We'll see what happens in the morning. But don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and keep the emotion out of it. Diversify your portfolio. Like, this is how people lose their money. People talk about, oh, Bitcoin is dangerous, stay away. Yeah, if you're greedy, it's dangerous. Stocks are dangerous if you're greedy. If you're greedy and you see Apple going through the roof and you put 100% of your money into Apple. Now, if that plays out, you can make a lot of money real fast. Remember what I said, the higher the risk, the higher the reward, right? You want those great rewards, it comes with risk. So yeah, you could end up gambling and making a ton of money with Apple. But if it doesn't go your way, you can lose half of your money in the blink of an eye. Greed. Bitcoin is so powerful, moving quickly, gaining, and I made a lot of money on Bitcoin, right? So the greed temptation is, put all your money in Bitcoin. No. I'm not even 50% vested. What am I at? 43%. And I think that's even high. 43%. So worst case scenario, Bitcoin goes to $10. My account value still is around 1,000. Right? Bitcoin doesn't have much more effect on my portfolio than that 43% of it that it takes up. Lack of emotion, self-control, discipline, balance, diversity. Never spending more than you're willing to lose so you don't have to stress out about it's going down. So what? Let it go down. Discounts. All right, guys. Bedtime. Be safe. My final verdict. I would say this is 1 day, 1 week. Bitcoin is still high. My price targets, again, were 3,100, 4,100. Those are my price targets. Those are good prices to buy Bitcoin. 5,000 is very high. 4,900 is pretty high. Upper 4,000s are high, risky points to buy. And not high in the way where I said the higher the risk, the greater the return. Not in this case. Doing a lot of buying of Bitcoin right now is very risky, and the returns are not matching the risk levels because you kind of missed the boat, right? Like, let's go back a year. Okay, so I was watching Bitcoin falling. I was targeting about 6,000, and then it flew past 6,000, jumped up a little bit, went down, then it was flat, And then I was watching it going down and down and down. Somewhere around here, I made a video. And then somewhere in this valley, I said, guys, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys. You guys remember that? I did a live stream right in here. I said, guys, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys. Right? And shortly after that, look what it did. 34, 33. Boom. On my call, Bitcoin jumped 39.52 from 3,300. Right? And then I was quiet. I didn't say anything. I saw Bitcoin. I was watching it. I didn't say anything. I wasn't doing anything. Watching it, just hanging around, not really doing much. Right? I'm assessing the prices. This is the new high, so it's expensive right now. Don't want to mess with this. It played out as expected. It starts to even fall a little bit, approaching the buy point that I recommended here. Right? Then it starts waking up again. Right? 38. Right? And then even here, I didn't say anything. I was watching. I saw what's going on. I didn't say anything. Then right around, I made that video. Was it last week I made the video? So right around here, towards the end of March, I did another video. And I said, guys, once again, I said, guys, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys. Right around here, I said, guys, Bitcoin. And then it shoots up to 5,000. So I already said, guys, Bitcoin, right? When I say, guys, Bitcoin, that's the time to buy. That's when the money comes in, right? I'm not a fortune teller. I'm pretty sure at some point in time I'm going to be wrong. But so far, I've been right somewhere in the 90% of the range. But I'm not doing a ton of stuff. I'm not buying a ton of stuff. I generally am conservative. And I look around and I find stuff. I'm like, this looks like a good thing, right? Like right now, I don't have much stuff in my portfolio because I'm not crazy all over the place. When I make an assessment, I think something's a good buy. Like that's a significant event, and you can see that the graphs reflect that. So I told you guys buy here, $1,000 right away. I told you to buy around here, $1,000 right away. What am I saying right now? Hold. I'm going to be still making my buys and playing around with it here and there. I'll try to profit from, $200 jumps, $200, $300 jumps up and down. So I'm hoping for more volatility, and I'll play with that and increase my profits. But that's more work, time consuming. Right, and I'm not gonna make a lot of money that way. So my call for the week, yeah, I think you guys might have missed this boat. I'm saying hold on Bitcoin for at least a week. We could look at some slow growth into summertime. So towards the end of April might be an interesting time to reflect on where we were now and into summertime. But right now, hold. That's my recommendation. Hold. All right, guys, I'm out.